yeah, one of my subscribers asked for some help. He basically said that, oh, I know you hate Kazuya players, but I need your help. And I was like, you know what? I don't hate all Kazuya players, just the ones who are bitches, and you seem pretty cool, so I'm gonna help you out. So that's what this video is gonna be. We're gonna go over some stuff. And if you, dear viewer, would like me to look at your replays, then I will. Just join up on YouTube, you know, become a member. One of my pledges is if you become a member, I'll watch your replay, might even make a video of it, go over some of your stuff, so, you know, support your boy. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, P-Den, listen up. It is currently, what time it is? It is currently 4:59 a.m. UK time. But I'm gonna help you because I'm a man of my word and you asked for my help. So, I've already watched a couple of your matches, and I've definitely liked a lot of what I've seen, but at the same time, I can see where the holes in your game are, at least from my opinion. So, we're gonna watch the matches and hopefully you'll see them too. So, let's take a look. Let's play the replay. You came to me, you kind of said that you had one of those nightmare sessions where, oh, I was Bushin and then all of a sudden I was Raijin, like what the fuck's going wrong? By the way, that happens to everyone. Sometimes you have nightmare sessions, it is what it is. Like that's true for all of us. Don't read too much into it. But, ooh, that looked ooh, okay, mental combo. Alright. Counter hit, it happens. Nothing personal, don't feel bad. Okay. Ooh, okay, so respectfully, P-Den, the fuck was that? The fuck was that? So you get comboed, it is what it is, counter hit, second A, can do, right? And then you wake up, there's like a mile between you, and you throw out this. That's such a weird choice. I mean, clearly it's a bad choice, and you're about to pay the consequences for it. But that was the first thing I saw. I was like, oof, what was that? But I think I know why you did it. We'll get to that later. And then again, another bad choice here. So you get knocked back, you roll back, okay, fine. You don't need to know frame data to know it's not your turn here. It is not your turn. So why are you pushing anything? Just hold back. Instead, get clocked. So you kind of deserve it. So a lot of bad choices here. I'm gonna lie. Okay, cool. Take your turn back. Interesting. You come back, down back 4. Another bad choice at all. No duck on this. So I noticed this immediately. Obviously it's highlighting on my screen, but I didn't really think anything of it because I'm like, you know what, sometimes you do a move, he blocked it, right? So you're thinking I'm going to get punished. So sometimes you could be slow to react to something like this. So I was like, oh, whatever, you didn't duck it, no big deal. Okay, this was a terrible try. Okay, it's your turn, you get blocked, it's your turn again, and you go for this. I don't know why you did this. And in fact, I take that back, I actually know why you did this. So years back in Tekken 7, I remember listening to Speed Kicks, who I think is one of the best thinkers in Tekken. And one of the things he said that always stuck with me is that you should never push a button unless you know why you're doing it. I think when you're playing Tekken, we all have a tendency to develop habits and like flowcharts and like we just press a button. Like, oh, this seems like a situation where I do this, so I just do it. And you don't do it with a read. Like if I asked you, okay, why did you do this? I don't know that you would have a reason to. I think you just kind of just did it, YOLO. And it was a really poor choice. I mean, you're minus 19 here. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it hits, it's great, right? Heat engage, it's your turn, but like, the risk reward is so crazy. This was a wild choice, a really bad choice, and it's gonna cost you. Okay, not bad. All right, you went for the wrong punish, and you didn't punish it, but again, I wasn't going to be too harsh because I'm like, okay, you did a low, he blocked it, you assumed he'd punish it, he punished you poorly and you weren't ready to capitalize on this. But this is an electric if you're cracked or down forward 1-4, but don't worry about it. But your punishment is a little suspect so far. Nice. Alright, sexy. Again, I can't stress this enough. So the first one I was willing to let go, but the second time I'm like, you gotta be ducking. And again, why make this choice? Okay, so it's your turn. And you did. So again, something in your brain has triggered that, oh, if I block this, do this. And I don't, you need to unlearn that. That's clearly, there's something about seeing that law animation that makes you go do the down back 1, whatever that move is. And I'm like, that, get rid of that, delete that. That is a poor instinct. Ideally, you need to be ducking this. And in some ways, I could stop the video right here because this is, I think, the key issue holding you back here in the blue ranks. And honestly holding back most blue rank players. It's just defensive knowledge. I cannot stress to you enough. If you are ducking this string, sorry, if you're ducking this string right here, we'll ignore that. Doing this, going well. The match is over, bro. The match is over, bro. If you are ducking this string, the match is over. And I can't imagine, I want you to imagine that there's two parallel universes, right? There's one universe where you do not duck and punish that string. That's the universe you live in. And there's another parallel universe where it's the exact same player. You do the exact same combos, the exact same choices. The only difference is that this version of you, this new version of you, knows to duck and punish this string. That version of you, honestly, is a higher rank, right? And this is what I'm saying. Tekken is a game of matchups. You shouldn't think of Tekken as like just overall Tekken. Tekken is a game of like, okay, it's Kazuya versus Law is one game. Kazuya versus Jin is another game. Kazuya versus Hwoarang is another game. Kazuya versus Kazuya is another game, right? And as a player, you're wanting to like improve your matchup knowledge across the board. And like what you've demonstrated here is like a fairly lackluster knowledge about the Kazuya versus Law matchup. And therefore, every time Law shows up in rank, and he's going to show up a lot, you're going to underperform. You'll win some, you'll lose some, but you won't win as much as in your heart you feel that you should, right? And so I'm kind of yapping, but long story short, I suspect your biggest issue, more than electrics, more than combos, more than anything, is punishment and string knowledge, more than anything. And this is true for most people in the blue ranks, but we'll see more evidence of this as we go forward. But anyway, let's see what actually happens. So you don't punish this, whatever, it is what it is. Bang, nice electric. You don't punish that, whatever, bad choice. He punishes, you die. Right? It is what it is. So now you're one round down. You should be one round up, but you're one round down. Beautiful. Right? That. Below. Need I say more? This round, look at the life differential, right? So you have more health than him right now, and you didn't duck. If you did duck this, he's at 50% health. This round is pretty much already over. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, again, think about alternate universes. This is where the timeline splits. There's a timeline where you win this match. And that timeline is you ducking under this and murdering him. But because you're not there, you end up losing this match. We'll talk about how to advance going forward. But this stuff, more than anything, I think is putting you down. Risky electric, I'll take it. I'm not gonna say nothing, you already know. Okay, no duck on that. This is what it is. Okay, no punch on this. I think I failed to punch this a lot of times, so none of the work. You played it. Give you extra time to react. That's cool, don't worry. No. You won the round in the end. Good. Nice. Let's go electric. Can't speak to the optimal nature of the combo or not. Okay, whatever. Okay, plus 5. That's unlucky. To be fair, you are going low a lot, so the call out isn't unreasonable. But yeah, at the end of the day, you went to 50-50 call right. It is what it is. Okay, plus. No throw break. Unlucky. You gotta break the throw, but you know this. Nothing new. Oof. What happened here? Interesting. What did you push? Interesting. What did you... You press down, back, forward? That's such a weird choice. I would have thought the go-to thing to do here is like immediately like obviously like just like that, right? Just enforce the frame trap. That's yeah, weird choice. Why you wouldn't enforce the frame trap? You know he's a bit of a masher, but again, it is what it is. You make the calls you make. It's very easy in hindsight to be like you should have done this, but I would have assumed that when you do this move and you get, what are you, +3? Yeah, you're only +3, so you're not majorly plus. So the idea that you would do this and then stand back up and do something slower is a bit crazy. Yeah, and in this situation, I would either enforce the frame trap with my while standing 4, or do nothing and then wait for because you know he's going to do something risky, right? Yeah, instant trap. By Okay. What do? You're 0. You're not ducking that. Very few people are ducking that. If you want to be really correct in this matchup, you duck this string. That's ducking this string. That's if someone ducks this string, you know you're a gangster. For real, for real. Like it takes a lot of practice to be able to duck this string in reaction online. But when you can, you start murdering these little players. It feels really good. Okay. Nice. Ooh, 4-4-2. 4-4-2. Okay. Okay. Oh, punish. That's clean. I don't know if there was a better combo you could done. Can't speak to that, but I like the grounded choice. I'm not getting throw. Down hit throw. It is what it is. Yeah. So there were a lot of situations there where there were just scrambles, unlucky interactions. That's the nature of Tekken. But there's a lot of situations where it's like, okay, but you could have grabbed the match by the horns, and you didn't, and it cost you. So this match ended up kind of becoming a 50-50 fest, where you could have really blown up. So yeah, learning to duck that string is key. And the next match we're gonna watch, there's a similar story.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1.
Okay.
Fight.
Okay. Down back 4. Okay. Force a frame trap. Good choice. Again. I wonder what's going through your mind when you do this. You land this. I'm surprised you're not just forcing your +3. I would have thought you'd go for a throw. 12 frame throw. You can catch him, so it's a frame trap. If it does anything, while standing 4, you get +3 and you choose to not do anything with it, which is not the end of the world. But I'm curious to know what is it going through your head. Because you gave it up, and then okay, down back 4, you have the frame trap again. You dick jab. That's data. One of the things I said in my video that I know a lot of Kazuya players had issue with, but like they were like, oh, down back 4 is not that big deal. Down back 4 is a great move. But the thing that's really good about it is that you can collect data. Every time you do down back 4, you don't just flowchart your response, although sure, why not? But you also make note of what they do. He dick jab. That is a programmed response. That is a Pavlovian response. This player has learned that when Kazuya hits me with down back 4, I need to dick jab. You therefore need to start bugging. You need to keep that in mind and act accordingly. This is another one. So this string here, you blocked the first one and then thought it was your turn. It is not your turn. And remember what I said about that law string? I've been like, oh, there's alternate universe where you duck it. Check out this alternate universe. Bang. Right? There's a good chance you win this whole round. There's a good chance like 50% of this motherfucker's health. They're at the wall. You have heat. This round goes very differently. I've forgotten how this round actually ends, but this round could end with you winning if you just know to duck that. And I can't stress this. I know I keep yapping, I keep repeating this, but so often winning comes down to, do you have this one piece of information about the character you're facing, yes or no? And if you don't, then it's a struggle fest the whole time. But if you have the one piece of information, all of a sudden that same match that would have been tough for you is just amazing, because you just walk through it. Because they do the thing, they throw out the threat, you have the answer, you blow them up. And as a Tekken player, you want to amass a collection of answers. You want to increase the number of answers you have. Having an answer to this would really help you out. Snake Edge, that you gotta block. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never been hit by stuff. Interesting, yeah. Again, string knowledge. We thought the string ended. It does look like it ends, but yeah, there's more to it. And I'm pretty sure she's launch punishable afterwards too. So if you just waited, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's back to me. Maybe she can No, there's nothing she can do. Yeah, night and day. Again, defensive knowledge. Letting you down. Yep. Getting lilied. Nice. That's good. Combo. I will save lines. Okay, that was a punish. Getting hit by that was a bit annoying. You gotta be low parrying that. Oh, actually, no, you don't have to low parry. You're Kazuya. You can fucking punish it. You can launch that. Low parrying for us works. You can fucking punish it. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not gonna kill you for every punish, but they add up, right? They add up. Every time a punish that could have led to a launch goes unused, you're losing a lot. Okay, okay. Beautiful, beautiful step, beautiful punish. Unlucky. You could have done. You're lucky, actually. You're very lucky. You could have been worse. Okay. Take away. Good choice. Oh. Oh. Okay. This one's punished. Okay. That's 5. Okay. Not for the throw. Not for the choice. Getting hit by the low. Yeah. You got the third hit there. You got a lily knowledge. Oh. And whiff him. We've established this. What does he do when he down back? See, this is what I'm talking about. When he down back fours, well, sorry, when you hit him a down back four, what does he do? Dick jabs. You should have picked up on that. Again, I do this too. I don't want to be a hypocrite and act like I'm a gaming machine. Like sometimes it takes me a couple times before I pick up on the habit, but it's good to know that the ideal version of yourself would have picked up on that immediately. I did down back four, dick jab, and got it. The next time I down back four, I'm gonna fucking down forward too. The next time. We'll see if you learn it next time. Again, alternate universe. Remember what we talked about? Look how much health this bitch has lost. You win the round. Right? You've already won the round. In this alternate universe where you know to duck this, you won the round. But because we're not in that universe, there's a good chance you're gonna lose. Weird flowchart. This into this? -11? Why? Do this? It's fucking help this bitch. The 1+2 throw is an up forward input, so you can just do it straight from here. Bang. Throw. 4. And then you're back to neutral. Like I don't see, yeah. Which. Another time. Again, try not to be too critical of individual choices. It's different when you're in the hot seat, right? But that's about it. That's about it. Punish what you want. Okay. Good duck. Good, very good duck. So you did know that string, but no punish. Fix it. Yeah, you can piston it. Yeah, alternate universe where you punish it, you win. Okay, hop kicks. You're gonna punish a hop kick, right? I'm gonna let you get away with that. I'm being generous. I'm a generous coach today. Because you did go for the punish. You were late, but you did go for the punish. I respect it. But yeah, would have been better if you had ba. Beautiful. You did it that. I like it. Okay. I like it. I like that. Okay. This time, interesting. So this is I understand why you had made the mental check of like down back 4 into down 4-2, but I do think you need to create a delay to clock that it's counter hit. Because now that it's counter hit, you don't need to do a down 4-2. You can just take your frame. You do need to kind of create like an almost like, if it counter hits, it's my turn, do whatever the fuck I want. Fucking wave at him, do an electric, fucking 4-4-3, whatever. I'm plus 17, goddammit. But if it's normal hit, then enforce the down 4-2, right? But because you gave up your plus 17, so, unfortunately. But again, it is what it is. Okay. Oh. Just got the flow combo down. Okay. Again, alternate universe. Alternate universe where you know to duck this string. Think about it. There's a good chance you win this round and the match. Again, we've watched, I don't know how long this match has gone on for, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. So much of it would be different if you just need to duck this one string. And the thing is, every character has stuff like this. Every single character has stuff like this. Where if I know to duck this string, or if I know to low parry this string, this entire matchup becomes so much easier. But if I don't, it's a scrap fest. And it's clear from the 2 matches I've watched that you are missing a lot of that information from these characters. And there's no shame in that, by the way. It takes a long time to amass that information. Right? It's not a coincidence that the people who are at the top of this game are the same people who've been playing for like 100 years, because it takes a long time to amass this information. But that's the road you need to be climbing. But yeah, we'll discuss about an action plan after. But yeah, when you duck this and you launch this bitch, you win. There's a very good chance. Again, second time, no low power on that. Beautiful. It is what it is. Yeah, defensive knowledge. And my recommendation to you, if you are, as you said that you were in Bushin and you kind of got pushed all the way to Raj and it was frustrating, and I've just looked now and you're back to Kishin. You're clearly in the blue rank grind. My advice to you is as follows. In fact, you know what? We're gonna do it together. Fuck it. We're gonna do it together. This is you getting the full coaching service right now. We're gonna look at your matches. Win rate. So, where are the gaps? You'd be losing to Jin, you'd be losing to King, you'd be losing to Lily, you'd be losing to Brian, Paul, Xiaoyu, Leo. You have a lot of losing matchups. That's fine. This is your issue. Right now you're thinking, oh, I was bullshitting and now I'm kissing. This, fuck the PNG. This is the issue. The Jin matchup is almost 50-50. The King matchup's pretty dire. That means there's some key things. And don't get me wrong, King is a stronger character than Kazuya, right? But don't use that excuse. Don't be a typical Kazuya main. Just has an excuse for everything. Like, don't be a scrub. Like, look inwards, right? There's definitely stuff you can be doing in this King matchup to help you out. Lily, we've already seen stuff that you could be doing to help yourself out. Brian, Paul. My advice to you going forward is as follows, right? 2 things. I recommend that for the next however long, you actually play less rank, right? Not no rank, you play less rank. I recommend you start doing what I call first to 5 against the world. Meaning that you sit down to play ranked, right? And your goal is to win 5 matches before you lose 5 matches, right? That's it. You sit down to play ranked. You say, I'm going to win 5 before I lose 5. When you win 5 matches, stop playing. Obviously, if you're in halfway through a set, then you finish the set. But if you win 5 matches, you stop playing. If you lose 5 matches, you stop playing, right? So you stop yourself having these like super long streaks up or super long streaks out. You just 5 matches, win or lose. If you win 5 before you lose 5, it was a good day. It was a winning day, right? If you lose 5 before you win 5, it was a losing day. And obviously, if you have more winning days than losing days, you're going to rank up. Slowly, but you're going to do it. Here's why this is important. You're going to spend most of your time, this is my recommendation. If you don't want to do this, that's fine, but then don't bitch when you're hard stuck fucking blue rank forever, okay? Once you've finished either winning 5 or losing 5, you're going to look at one particular game against one particular character. Let's say there was, even though you won 5, one of the games you lost was against a Jin player, and in your heart, you know you should have beaten that Jin player. He was a scrub, but he beat you. Okay. You're going to do what we just did. You're going to watch the replay and you're going to find, okay, what was the mid-high string he did that I could have done? I bet there was one. What was the sidestepping thing that I could have done, right? And then you're going to go into training mode and you're going to train yourself dealing with a bunch of strings, but specifically that one, right? The goal is to deal with that one. So let's go to Lily. Let's say we're going to do this experiment for Lily specifically, and then you recreate this. Oh, hold on, you can't see the screen yet. Start. So you've done your first to 5 against the world, right? You finished it. Win or lose, you're going to come here and easy. Okay. Okay. Alright, so you're gonna teach yourself to react to this, right? Here's the thing though. You can't just sit here doing this. Because it's easy to do it in training mode, right? Damn. Maybe Pistons is better. Or maybe you're gonna be a man who's fucking wild standing too. Be a man. Okay? Alright, so you're gonna you can't just sit here and do this because it's easy to do it in training mode, but because you're only practicing this one thing, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna help you. What you need to do is put in a bunch of other moves that require different responses to stop yourself from just like not really paying attention. So we're gonna do this. This requires you to low parry, right? Now we got 2. Right? And then we're going to add another one. I would recommend about 4. But you find another Lily move. Maybe go through it personally and be like, oh, actually, I would like to be able to deal with this. I can't think of one of the Lily moves that would be good to deal with. Oh, fuck it, actually. You didn't block the hole. You didn't. And then we're going to do... Ooh, here's a good one. So she has this. She also has this. But they're both punches. So if you have a punch to that, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you can deal with both. Yeah. The high and the mid. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, right? So here's what you're gonna do. You've done your rank matches for the day. You're done. You're gonna come here. You're gonna put on some music in the background, or a podcast, or like a comedy special. And you're gonna teach yourself to do this. Teach yourself to just do the right thing, right? See? And you're gonna wait till and this might not seem like the most glamorous thing, but the thing is, as you know, Tekken is a very fast game, and you need your responses to be automatic. Like, you want your responses to be automatic, and you want to be able to deal with it. And I promise you that if you spend, let's say, during every session, you spend a good like 15-20 minutes doing this for a character. In fact, if you really want to sell it in, I would pick like a character a week, weirdly. So I would do, let's say for my ranks, I'll give you an example. So let's say Lily's my character for the week. So every day for a week, I'm going to be practicing something like this. But then I'm also going to do maybe 15 minutes for the character of the day, right? But you really drill into your muscle memory. Bang. So that you want to reach the point where Lily can never do that against you. He can never do it against you for free, right? Right? And you want to just do that. And eventually, you at the once you've had enough, you want to have a game. For me, I call it the uninstall game, where I'm going to go, okay, cool. Am I bored of this lab training? Okay, cool. I can quit. But I have to do it 10 times in a row on both sides, right? So I'm going to try it now. If I fail, then whatever. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fucked up. Start again. 1, 2. Fucked up. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Restart. Switch position. 1, 2, But you see my point, right? Do it on both sides. Only once I've done it 10 times in a row on this side and 10 times in a row on that side can I then stop, right? And then ideally, you'll reach a point where in the middle of ranked, maybe the first time she does it, it won't work, right? You won't remember. But because it is in your muscle memory somewhere, the second time or the third time she does it, the response will come out, right? And all of a sudden, those, you remember what we talked about, those twin universes? All of a sudden, you find yourself on the winning universe. And you do that with Lily, you do that with Law, you do that with Jin, and over time, your knowledge just gets built up and up and up and up and up and up. This is how I feel that you get better at Tekken, because you need to be able to stop what other characters are doing. You need to be able to stop their plans. So I'm sure you kind of came to me hoping that I would give you some like, oh, just do this thing, do this move, do this trick, do this setup, and you'll rank up to Tekken King. And maybe there are. I don't play Kazuya, right? So maybe there are tricks that you could definitely do. I'm sure people will have comments about your combos or whatever. I know you Kazuya players are obsessed with your combos. But like, for me, the real thing holding you back is just defensive knowledge. Because if you had that, you'd have won the matches I watched, and I'm sure many of the others. So yeah, I hope this helps. And yeah, peace.